It's just a shame that we've asked them to do the wrong thing.
And the fact that we're not bringing them home, it's execution to our soldiers. We're executing them because the longer they stay there, mentally, if they do come home, are they going to be competent? And physically, I mean, they could be maimed, Lord knows.
Well, I was listening today to NPR, and apparently after a soldier is back for 2 years, if he's been injured, he or she has been injured in the war, the VA kind of drops them, and it's up to them if they have long-term rehabilitation needs or something. That's all put on their ticket. Here we are, we asked them to go over, they did their duty, they're injured, and the government drops them.
Well, and a lot of them are lucky to get any kind of compensation because some of their injuries aren't visible.
Right.
And if you have damage internally or whatever, if you don't have if your leg's chopped off, they'll give you some compensation. But if they don't see the injury, you'll get nothing per month or whatever. It looks like we have a couple of lines lit here. We might want to take a couple calls.
Go for it.
We do have caller ID too, people. So they dropped off.
Hey.
Hello there.
Yes, I was wondering what's the show about?
Okay. Whenever they call in, they don't know what the show is about. That means they're not watching. So they probably don't have much to say. So watch and then call. Okay, back about the war.
Well, it's
and healthcare and all that.
Yeah. So. What about the issues before the EPC concerning development and wetlands, etc.?
Oh, what do you mean? Oh, about the fact that they're cutting out the wetlands department? That's another thing. Here, Florida is in a drought situation. And we're not going to get any better. I mean, we're not going to have any kind of improvement in the future. And the wetlands are kind of the sponge. When it rains, they suck up the water and they store the water. And also, during flood situations, they also control the water flow between land and the wet area. They're integral. It takes, what, millions of years to create these, and it takes a couple days to mow them over.
Well, and that's one of the great problems that we have is the overpopulation and overdevelopment. Nothing is going to get any less worse than it is today.
Oh, we got a call here. All right,
so
let's go ahead and take it.
I'll quit rambling here.
Hello there.
You guys suck.
Okay, one of those.
Thank you.
If it says private, I'm not even going to pick it up now. I have to see your name, otherwise I won't pick it up. But yeah, I mean, once you get rid of something too, once you get rid of the wetlands department, once you get rid of public access to the education channel, it's not coming back. Once it's gone, even if we have another administration. So it's now or never as far as saving these things. Do you go down to the wetlands department? Because I do.
I haven't been there in a long time.
I go there to pull aerial photographs.
Do you?
Oh yeah, and they go back to the 30s. And I mean, I know those people down there, and they do an excellent job at trying to preserve the environment. And we're just bowing over to the developers. It's just like this bit with universal health care. The only people that don't want universal health care are the insurance companies. They're the only ones.
Well, and then there's a scary thing there. Some of them are starting to play with the concept of universal health care, but it's got a twist to it, and that's the insurance companies are the ones who want to run the universal health care if it comes in. Have you heard about that? It's really, so there's no difference, there's no change. It's the same people running things inefficiently with a massive profit motive, and profit should not be the driving force when it comes to getting medical care.
Well, the bit with, the VA system or whatever, they can negotiate prices, correct? But with other programs, they don't want to have prices negotiable, and that's why it would be very expensive to have. If we have universal health care, it should be like the VA system.
Well, it's profit before people, essentially.
Because the drug companies, they're making a killing.
And some people used to get their medication from Canada because it's cheaper, and I think that our government actually put a stop to that a while back. And how incredible. And they said, well, we cannot guarantee the quality of the drugs that are coming out of Canada. Oh. Give me a break. You know,
Yeah.
they just can't guarantee the amount of profit that the drug companies will make so that they can fund their lobbyists to put more money into the politicians' pockets.
Speaking of unclean, what about all this food coming from China lately? Every week there's some kind of recall or outbreak of salmonella, botulism, some kind of something. It used to be every once in a while. We have a note here from the peanut gallery. Lindsay Lohan, is she an outbreak? They put all that garbage on TV. Britney Spears having a meltdown, like I really give a crap. You know what I mean? Or Lindsay Lohan. Let's hear about Iraq. Let's hear about what's going on with healthcare and other things like that.
Do what it takes to straighten out this country while we still can. We have a lot of good people, and our government has really given our nation a black eye, and it's also hurt, in my opinion, everybody in this country with its policies and its poor funding practices, etc. We need to take the government back. If we don't do it soon, we'll never be able to do it.
All right, people, we have the phone number up on there. If you want to call and chat with us, not prank call us. And we do have caller ID, so if it's private, well, I just won't even take the call. But if you have something worthwhile to say, you'd like to get off your chest and talk with us, go ahead and give us a buzz. If you want to talk about the wetlands situation maybe, or the fact that we may not have a TV station after October, call. So we appreciate it. All right. Well, no calls yet. I'm worried about the economy, to tell you the truth. Have you noticed the stock market's been like up and down? But ExxonMobil profit, what, this quarter, 10 billion?
Well,
11 billion?
Record profit, but the market went way down today. And, you know, I don't understand. They say, well, we're not driving up the price of oil. And of course, it is a limited commodity, and more of the world is starting to use more and more oil. But if they're not somehow making more profit off of it, then why do they have record profits this time? I don't understand that. It just
do the math. I know, something's not right there.
I mean, you know, I think the stock market and the big multinational corporations for years have felt real comfortable with just lying to everybody, and everybody accepts their lies, and it pushes come to shove at this point, and it's time for us to take it back.
Well, in the last 7 years, the gas has more than doubled. Ever since this administration got in, my car in 1999, I could pay $16 to gas it up. Now it's about $41.
Well, that's probably as cheap as it'll ever be. I don't think it'll ever be cheaper than that. The thing is that more and more countries are becoming developed nations, and they want their piece of the quote-unquote pie too. So they have cars now, they have air conditioning, etc., etc. So more and more there's more competition for energy. This country, we're still making Humvees. I mean, we need to think about that. We need to make energy-efficient vehicles. We need to do things not to reduce our quality of life, but to extend our ability to use the energy resources we have now until we can switch over to something else.
It's the government. If there's a will, there's a way. The CAFE standard has been the same for 20 years.
Right.
And let me explain what the CAFE standard is to people. You know the little sticker on your car that says the car must get 28 miles a gallon in the highway, 24 in the city? They could raise that to, let's say, 35 miles per gallon in the highway. In Europe, they have cars that go 40 miles per gallon, and they're not hybrids either. They're just regular cars. We need to go to alternative energy. We really need to have a change now. It's almost too late.
You know, I would like to see a system maybe where the price of gasoline was linked to the number of miles per gallon that your vehicle got. So that if you wanted to have some huge Humvee that got 6 miles a gallon, Well, fine, but it's $50 a gallon for your gasoline.
Yeah.
And somebody that gets 40 miles a gallon, maybe theirs is $2 a gallon.
Yeah, I often thought that a sliding scale would be good by cylinders. If you have an 8-cylinder car, you would pay a price. A 6-cylinder, you pay like a medium price, and 4. This way, it's fair.
Right, right.
That's the way it should be, a sliding scale. And it's just, the life is getting so expensive. Here in Florida, too, I mean, we rely on tourism. Who's going to restaurants now? That's why they're having all these specials all the time, $11.99 specials, because people can't afford to go to restaurants. Milk, $5 a gallon. Meat. I used to buy a roast that was maybe $7. Now it's $13. Why? Because of corn. Corn is making the price go up. A lot of the corn that the farmers are growing is going to make ethanol, which isn't going to help us with our energy situation. It's actually creating more of a problem.
It's an interesting concept that now we're growing food for our machines instead of for people. There's still starvation on the planet, but we are growing food to feed our vehicles with. And it is a very short-term response because it's not going to dig us out of our dependency on oil. The only thing that's going to do that is to change technologies. And of course that's going to take a little while, but we aren't even starting. The government has done everything in its power to stop creative uses of alternate energy sources.
The energy bills are giving money to coal-burning power plants and oil exploration. It looks like we have a call.
Ah,
Let's see. Hello there.
Yes, I would like to...
Okay. I could tell it was when they start making noises, it's a prank.
Okay.
All right, we're talking about important things here. Let's see, is this a call here? If you're wireless or private, I'm not going to pick up.
Okay.
Because then we can't identify them. Okay, back to energy. Go ahead,
Okay,
Bob.
well, I think I said what I was going to say about that.
Did you see any of the Live Earth show? I watched it on the internet. It was really great. All the stars.
Actually, I did catch
stuff.
some of it. That's true.
Of course, Rush Limbaugh still says, you know, it's just a natural occurrence. Him and Senator Inhofe. It's a conspiracy. The enviro-terrorists. Yet thousands of scientists around the world have evidence to show that the Earth is warming due to fossil fuels.
Well, I don't understand why anybody even listens to Rush Limbaugh. I mean, it's...
Birds of a feather.
Well, I guess that 33% that still support Bush. Maybe that's it.
All right, let's try and take a call. Hello there.
Yeah, I was wondering if you guys are Democrats or Republicans.
Why? What are you?
I'm a Democrat.
Okay. What kind of question do you have, or what do you want to talk about?
No, I'm just wondering, like, if you guys, what are you guys?
I'm a Democrat.
You are? Mm-hmm. Can I fuck you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the wireless calls. I shouldn't have taken the wireless call.
Well, that's all right.
Hello there.
Hey, I won't be bad like that.
I know, because you have a real name. I won't say it, but...
Yeah, that's the reason why. And also, I called before Brian Presley. I wanted to call you. And I know it says something else on there, but it's my stepdad. Let's talk about hydrogen fuel.
All right.
It's realistic. And I got proof that one country I know of that's been having hydrogen fuel for 15 years. They don't have gas. They won't sell gas. And not only that, they have natural hydrogen around, so it's ridiculous. It's cheap, okay? And they're now making a big profit. Took money and they asked the rich people to pay for it. They didn't go for the middle class who's just making the ends meet to pay for it. They made the rich pay for it, you know, the companies and stuff. It's almost like socialism, but not. You know, in our country, we don't let people who are rich pay taxes. They think it's wrong, like Sean Hannity. Anyway, let me talk about the hydrogen fuel.
What country is that? Could I ask?
Iceland.
I was going to say Iceland, because they have buses over there that
the whole country of Iceland is like spreading it around, and the whole country is, you know, hydrogen fuel, everything. Also, let me tell you this: hydrogen goes just as fast. The engine just goes, just a car will go just as fast as a Lamborghini with gasoline, or a BMW with gasoline. It's no damn difference. Plus, it will go longer. you get 30 more miles, or 32 miles exactly. I saw a program on PBS or whatever, and I'd like to have get some program like that from public access again, get people informed about hydrogen. Hydrogen, you also make it into solid to put in the gas.